welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. It's nice to see you. Um, Honestly, we should just make this into like a series of like revelations that the Lord gives me in the midnight hour. So I think I actually will make this into a series, but this is the message for today. This is the word of the Lord. And like I said, I was gonna wait until tomorrow, but something in my spirit just told me, release it now, do it now, spread the message now, because I know everybody's on different time zones. So even if it's nighttime over here, it's daytime somewhere else. So these messages need to be preached. They need to be explained to people. And this is actually something that I learned today. So I hope you learned something from this. And we are going to be talking about the burning heart. And so, see, this is actually something that I experienced recently. And I think I mentioned it on my channel that I had gone to a conference, and it was like a 3-day conference. And while I was at this conference, I was there, I was praising the Lord, I was receiving the Holy Spirit, and I just felt like the burning passion of the Lord in my heart. And I was at this event, and I was just feeling like burning, like my heart was on fire. And I've experienced this maybe like 2 or 3 times in my life, where I'm just like, because usually it's like your spirit, man, like usually it's my stomach that is on fire, but it was my heart this time that was on fire. And I just felt burning, like I literally felt like my heart was on fire. Like that's literally what it felt. So now I'm reading the book of Luke. This is my little Bible study, and it's Luke 24:31. And this is the message that the Lord said. It says, and their eyes were opened and they recognized him. So this is when let me give you guys context. This is when Jesus was being resurrected from the dead. So now he's alive again, and he's in the flesh. So he meets these 2 men that are, walking down this road, and they're going to, I forgot where they were going to, but they were walking the whole day. I think they were just traveling. Anyways, so they were traveling, and they saw Jesus, but they didn't recognize him because he concealed himself. So they weren't able to know that it was him. Anyways, it says when they took the bread, so this is what Jesus did. Jesus sat at the table with them. So he sat at the table with them, and he broke the bread. And he took the bread, he blessed it, and he broke it with them, and he gave it to them. So Jesus gave them the bread. So they shared the bread with Jesus. And so recently, I also spoke on my channel that I have been taking communion a lot. I've been taking communion with the Lord because he put that on my heart to start taking communion with him. And so, I was like, okay, Lord, like, let's take communion. I went to the store, I bought some bread, I bought some grape juice, and we've been taking communion together, me and the Lord. And so, anyways, I'm sorry, I'm getting off track, but so their eyes were opened when they took this bread from Jesus, and they recognized him. They said, oh, this is the Messiah. He's here. He's alive. We saw him crucified, and yet here he is resurrected right in front of our faces. And so it says, so he vanished. Jesus went somewhere else. And it says, did not our hearts burn within us? And while he was talking with us on the road, he opened to us the scriptures. So this is them talking about how when they were in the presence of the Lord, they were there with Jesus. And see, they didn't know that it was Jesus, but yet their heart was burning with passion. And so it reminded me when I went to the event, and my heart was on fire, man. Like, I felt the tangible fire of the Lord in my heart. And like I said, I usually experience it like in my stomach region. Usually like my my stomach will be kind of like burning when I'm speaking in tongues or when I'm receiving the Holy Spirit. But this time it was in my heart. So it was different. So, yeah. So they were saying like, we didn't recognize that it was him, but yet our hearts were burning with fire. So the heart knew. Our hearts know when we're in the presence of the Lord. Our hearts know this is our creator and he's here with us. So yeah, so if you ever feel fire burning in your heart, you're like, wow, I'm just feeling this fire, this joy. That's the Lord. You're in the presence of the Lord. And so yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to share with you guys. And it was only revealed to them when they had, it says, and how he was known to them was in the breaking of the bread. So when we break bread with Jesus, when we're in communion with Jesus, you know, taking a little grape juice, you know, eating bread, it has a whole nother meaning. It's Christ being revealed to us. It's breaking bread with Jesus. So it has a really special, intimate meaning. And Jesus wants to break bread with us. So anyways, if you guys take anything from this message, just know that when they broke the bread, when they took communion, that's when their eyes were open and their hearts were burning with passion for the Lord. The heart was burning within them. So if you want to get closer to God, you want to feel his presence a little bit more, I encourage you to take communion. I encourage you to break bread with Jesus. So yeah, that's the message for today. I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Shalom.